I think 2 years.
Now, you have been, I guess, fairly quiet since I returned from the United States, which is at least a year. What have you been up to?
Well, besides making the album, I've also been working on some video experiments with there's a painter and a sculptor friend, and we've been messing around there, and I've been trying to learn a little of that. Also working with a sort of computer synthesizer, which it takes a little time to get to know, and also the WOMAD Festival, which had artists from a lot of different countries, and that took up quite a lot of time too.
So although your records haven't been around in shops, no new releases in the last year, you have been fairly active. Obviously, I want to talk about the festival. I should tell everybody how fit you're looking. You're looking fairly tanned. You're wearing an incredibly bright shirt, which you just took off a few moments ago and turned it into a shopping bag. Is this something you made yourself?
No, this is a friend, Vic Smith. His wife is bringing these in from Bali, quite colourful.
Absolutely, you make Captain Sensible look fairly dull with that that shirt. Now, what about the festival then? The one at Shepton Mallet, the WOMAD Festival, which, as you say, attracted artists from around the place, and by all accounts, it was a very well, if not the best organized festival this country has seen for a long time, but obviously suffered because people did not come to the festival. So what do you think went wrong?
Well, I'm not sure we were the best organized. I think I should probably retract that, but I think the aim was to try and get mixture of rock and music from non-European sources. There were sort of 60 countries, I think, represented, groups from China and Africa, Burundi drummers we brought over and so on, which were, and mixed that with some rock music. And we also had a kids program. We had 7,000 kids that had been making masks and musical instruments on the first day. So all the artistic side of the event was fantastic, and it was very exciting, but we didn't get nearly as many people as we needed, and I think we'd made quite a few mistakes and been over-ambitious in the planning.
Right. Your new album, Peter Gabriel 4, is out very soon, and it's an album that arrived only a couple of days ago. I haven't had very much of an opportunity to listen to it as thoroughly as I'd like to, so you can help me through the tracks as we play a few tonight from the album on the program. The first one is called Shock the Monkey. Now, I understand that an edited version of this is going to be the next single. A single by your own choice?
In fact, no. We had various discussions with the record company. In the end, I came around to this way of thinking, and I would have preferred this as a second single. I was trying to write in a sort of Tamla Motown style, although the end production and arrangement isn't really in that direction. But in terms of lyrics and actual songwriting, that was the sort of feel with which I started. So in some ways, I didn't feel it most represented the album, but you know, I like the song, and well, perhaps if you hear it, you get a feel for what it is.
Right. That was Shock the Monkey from Peter Gabriel 4. Peter Gabriel's in the studio with me tonight. Lyrically, what were you saying in that track?
I think it's primarily jealousy that's the subject, but there's this play with animals, the fox, rat on the rat, you can ape the ape, and a monkey with the monkey, so it's fairly simplistic, playing with words and animals.
Right. There's 8 tracks on the new album. Are they all your own compositions?
Yes, they are.
And are they all fairly fresh as songs, or are some of these songs sort of hangovers from the past album?
The only one which was written in the time of the last album is the song Wallflower, which sounds more of a traditional style, but in fact the lyric there was written after I'd seen a lot of the amnesty programs that they ran on the television last year. And that again is a bit different to the feel of the rest of the album.
Are you finding it, writing these days music, having been involved in other projects, more difficult, or is it in fact easier to write when you're not as involved with just the making of music?
I never have any difficulty in the writing. In the initial ideas, there were probably about 60 or even 80 starting points for ideas on this album. And we started recording, trying to record about 20 tracks, only of which about 12 actually finished the course. So there wasn't a shortage of ideas, but the difficult stages are sort of the secondary stages. Once I've lost the initial buzz, maybe, and say first, if I'm playing it with a band, it sometimes loses an original feel that you sometimes get in a demo situation, and then as the players and I get an idea of how to put back the individuality into the arrangements, the thing again sort of gets a second life. So there's quite often a sort of middle period where it's hard work, and then there's these big buzzes as you strike a new vein, and it gets exciting.
Now, what about the musicians working with you on the album? Are there some people you haven't worked with before?
For the most part, they are the musicians that I worked with on the last album. There's an Italian, he's a sort of avant-garde composer, a guy called Roberto Lanieri, who makes some strange noises on one track and clarinet on another, on Family and the Fishing Net. He I haven't worked with before. Yes, most of the other people were in some form or another on the last album.
Okay, let's play another track from the album now, which has a very delicate feel about it. It's called San Jacinto, which you were telling me earlier is a mountain in California. So what is it about a mountain that inspired you to write a song after it?
Well, this was after a visit to the Red Indian reservations, which are near Palm Springs, and there's such a contrast between those places and the life of Palm Springs, and above it looms this strange mountain, which is sort of recreation area, but it's always snow-capped in the middle of this very hot desert, so that the whole song is sort of a mixture of images between the red and the white.
Thick clouds, steam rising, hissing stone and sweat launch fire. Around me buffalo rope, sage and bundle rubber skin. Outside cold air, stand, wait for rising sun. Red paint, eagle feathers, coyote calling, it has begun. Something moving, taste it in my mouth and in my heart. It feels like dying slow. Letting go of life. Medicine man lead me up through town, Indian ground so far down. Caught up and decapitable, kids wearing wonder wings, drinking cold. Follow dry river bank, watch scouts and guides make powwow signs. Past Geronimo's disco, Sycamore Steakhouse, White Leg Dream. A rattle in the old man's taxi, look at mountain top, keep climbing up. Way above us the desert snow, white wind I hold the line of strength that pulls me through the field.
Peter Gabriel, and that was a tune called San Jacinto from his forthcoming album, Peter Gabriel 4. I haven't seen a cover from the album, but is it something that you can tell us about now, because your covers in the past have been memorable, to say the least?
Well, we tried 2 or 3 things on this cover, and in the end I went for something which is just still shots from one of these video experiments that I was trying with Malcolm Pointer, the sculptor, and Dave Gardner, who's a video man. And it's a distorted face, which partly was taken from a Leni Riefenstahl book of some people in Africa, and there was one of the sort of face designs there which we took and then distorted in a somewhat electronic fashion.
As distorted, perhaps, as the pizza face effect you had with the Polaroid picture.
The melting Polaroid, yeah.
The melting Polaroid picture. What about the contemporary music scene? Any thoughts on bands? Do you ever listen to the radio, or are you aware of much of what's going on musically in the country today?
Well, I noticed Dan Archer's disappearance. Yeah, no, I think there's a lot happening, and it's very encouraging for me to see the breakthrough in America at last, with KROQ in the West Coast and WLIR on the East Coast suddenly being taken notice of, and I think what has been a fairly stagnant situation over there is at last opening up, and maybe the Human League, Soft Cell, etc. aren't all of the best that we get over here, but at least I think it's going to change, a shift in direction. I mean, there aren't many things in America, say outside Talking Heads, for instance, that really inspire me. Most of the stuff is over this end, but over the last few months, that's been the most noticeable change.
Yeah, yeah. Do you keep yourself fairly isolated from mainstream music these days?
I don't think so. I mean, I have certain friends who occasionally send me tapes of new bands and things that they like a lot or want to get an opinion on. So there's quite a lot of new stuff that I get into. But just recently, in connection with the festival, I've been listening to a lot of music from other countries and come across some fantastic stuff. Qawwali singing and African rhythms and...
Right, well, you should have brought some of it along. Maybe next time you can introduce
all right, I will do that.
Our listeners to something new. The next track I'm going to play is called I Have the Touch. And is there something you'd like to say about this before we play it?
Well, this is a semi-humorous lyric, and it's to do with a guy who gets off on just any physical contact with any other physical being. And so when other people think they can remove themselves and keep a distance, say in shaking hands or normal social contacts, jostle of Russia, he's getting his rocks off. I think one of the simpler tracks on the album.
The time I like is the rush hour, 'cause I like the rush. But pushing all the people, I like it all so much. Such a massive motion, do not know where it goes. I move with the movement, and I have the touch. I'm waiting for ignition, I'm looking for a spark. Any chance collision, and I light up in the dark. There you stand before me, all that fur and all that hair. Or do I dare? I have the touch. Wanting contact, wanting contact, wanting contact with you. Shake those hands, shake those hands. Give me the thing I understand. Shake those hands, shake those hands. Take hands, take hands. Any social occasion, it's hello, how do you do? All those introductions, I never miss like you. So before a question, so before a doubt, my hand moves loud and I have the touch. Wanting contact, wanting contact, wanting contact. Shake those hands, shake those hands. Give me the thing I understand. Shake those hands, shake those hands. Shake those hands.
Peter Gabriel, and that was I Have the Touch. Peter, have you plans to perform? I mean, on stage with these new
Thank you.
songs.
I'm glad you put that right. Yes, I have. I think initially we were heading off to America before Christmas and then over here in Europe after Christmas.
And have you been working on some theatrics, which I'm sure you're not going to tell us about, but is it going to be a fairly theatrical show in keeping with past works of yours?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I have in my solo stuff, mainly tried to keep things fairly stark, but I think I'm beginning to explore various video things at the moment, which if I feel that I can make work and if I can get access to the equipment, then I'll try that, because I think there is room for a type of rock tour that uses video images and has the live stuff interacting between it, that isn't just a blow-up of what's going on stage, but actually creatively works the video images into the show, and that I would very much like to explore.
Right. I wish you well with that, and I look forward to seeing you back on stage again.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, and good luck with the album. Peter Gabriel.